Jared, what's your standout memory from the Super Bowl?
Not very many good ones. There's not many parallels that you can draw from that game and this game. The teams are so different. Our offense is different. Their defense is different.
Yeah, I would expect him to say that. Not many good memories, and it really is a different experience altogether. When you only score 3 points to cap a season where the offense was one of the most magical that we can recall, really the best Rams offense since the greatest show-offs on turf, to only score 3 points in the Super Bowl, not something you'd want to remember even only 2 years later. All right, some prop bets for tonight's Patriots-Rams game. As always, the odds are provided by the PointsBet Sportsbook. Cam Newton, over/under passing yards, the highly specific number of 185.5. Chris, what do you got?
I'm going under here. I don't think this is going to lend itself to a lot of big plays. New England showed they're capable of winning a game with Cam Newton throwing for 75 yards, 68 yards, whatever. It doesn't matter all the way. It's just about, those handful of throws that are going to be a third down. Are they going to hit those during the game? But I just can't imagine many big plays happening for them through the pass game. The secondary for the Rams is legit. They are really good. And, of course, have Jalen Ramsey and guys that are going to be able to lock up these Patriot receivers. And Staley Smart, too, on the defensive coordinator for the Rams, where he's not going to put his guys in man-to-man every play and do that. He plays a lot of cool zone coverages as well. I would be shocked if he throws for 185.
84 yards week 12 against the Cardinals, 69 yards week 13 against the Chargers, and they still won 45-0. So I agree with you. It'll be under that. Jared Goff over/under 265.5. What do you think he'll do?
I got to go under there, too. That's just too many yards for me. I mean, this Patriots, they're secondary, and then the added of, we've talked about this before, the drop-back pass game and the McVay pass game, even off of boots and play actions, is not overly complicated. It gets complicated when they start running the ball on you, and then you start going, whoa, wait, I can't cover some of those things because I need help out on the run, and that's when he's really got you by, the proverbial kahunas there. So I don't think it's going to be that type of game. No, I would have a hard time believing Jared Goff throws for that many yards. I'm going under all the way there.
Jared Goff has been spectacular on Thursday Night Football with Sean McVay as the head coach. I recall a game in late September of 2018 where the Rams and Goff shredded the Vikings.
Yeah.
2-1 on Thursday Night Football. Passing yards per game, 384. Passing touchdowns to interceptions in those 3 games, 9-1, and a passer rating of 127.6.
Pretty damn good.
I'm still going under because you know what? He hasn't played the Patriots on Thursday night before.
No.
So it's the quality of the opposition that helps dictate what kind of a game you're going to have.
Right.
And I think Super Bowl 53 is a lot more relevant to me than what day of the week it is.
Yeah, I can remember 2 out of those 3 games. I mean, one of them was last year, the Seahawks, right, a Thursday night game, which, again, the Seahawks defense hasn't been good in 5 years, so that's nothing to write home about. And then, the game you're talking about, that Minnesota game, that was the game, that was one of, early parts of our life together where remember, what did they have? Anthony Barr covering Robert Woods 70 yards down the field. Yeah. But that was probably one of Jared Goff's best games of his career. Some of the throws and things he did that game were pretty damn special. But that's what we talk about. It's few and far between of when we have seen that.
Yeah, Barr got repeatedly victimized that night. I think 3 touchdowns ended up being scored by the guy that they assigned Barr to cover, and it's not Barr's fault. He shouldn't have been covering the guy.
Right.
All right, more rushing yards. Damian Harris of the Patriots or Cam Akers of the Rams?
I'm going to go with Damian Harris. I mean, he's their guy. He's their go-to running back, and he is their offense as far as yardage output's concerned. So they're going to feed him the ball, and he's going to have opportunities. Akers, I think, can have a solid night, but I just think there's going to be more spreading of the wealth within the Rams offense, whether it's Henderson and then, hey, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and all of that, to where they don't have to ride one guy as much as New England. New England has to have Damian Harris have a solid night if they want to be in the game, competitive, whatever. I mean, there's no other avenue. So, I mean, unless some other running back goes off, I don't know, is Sony Michel 100% healthy tonight? Can he play? I don't know. I mean, but I'm expecting Damian Harris to be the guy.
Yeah, I feel like they're moving toward in LA,
Yeah.
making Cam Akers the guy.
Seems
So I'm
like
going to
it.
go Akers just because I feel like that Darrell Henderson is becoming the backup to Akers, and Malcolm Brown is just the guy who's there. And
Yeah.
it was supposed to be more of a three-headed monster, so I'm going to lean Akers. More receiving yards. The over-under for Cooper Kupp via PointsBet is 59.5. For Robert Woods, it's 58.5. Who has more receiving yards?
Ooh, man, I don't even know there. I mean, really, if you made me pick, I'd probably go with like one of their like Gerald Everett in this type of game rather than these two guys, because I just would be shocked like if the Belichick's son and father let Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods go up. I'll go with Cooper Kupp. I'll go with Cooper Kupp. I don't even know why. I just feel like Robert Woods, the speed sweeps, the bright lights might be on him a little bit more to where Cooper Kupp gets some more favorable matchups every now and then.
As I look at it, I think they use them pretty much the same way.
Do
you see a difference in how they use them?
No, I think that's the beauty of it. You can't really hold them to, oh wait, this guy does this and this guy does that. They're very interchangeable. The only thing I would say where Woods gets a little bit more than Kupp is Woods is more of the speed sweep guy. They do use him more in that fashion. But you're right. As far as the pass game's concerned and all that, they have a very similar skill set. That's why it was hard for me to pick there. I don't know. Who did I say I was going to go with? I went with Kupp just because I think he could sneak by there. Yeah, I mean, that's a close one. Nitpicking there.
I think they're both going to be. Are they both going to be under? Let's focus on that.
Oh,
As
yeah,
I
yeah.
said,
Yeah, what am
Kupp
I talking
59 and a
about?
half.
Right.
Well, I said which one's going to have more, but Kupp's at 59 and a half is the over under. Woods is at 58 and a half. Are you leaning both being under that number?
I think I am. Yeah, I'm leaning both being under, and I could see them. Hey, Woods being at 54 yards, Cooper Kupp being at 48 yards, Gerald Everett maybe has a few catches added in there. Reynolds, he gets involved. The backs get a few catches. I feel like it's going to be that kind of night rather than, they're just, using one guy to abuse the Patriots. We know the Patriots don't really let that happen.
Gerald Everett has a 24.5 over-under for receiving yards tonight. More interceptions tonight. Of course, there's a chance they'll have the same, but Stephon Gilmore, Jalen Ramsey. If one has more than the other, who will it be?
I think if I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Jalen Ramsey. I just feel
but won't you just not throw to whoever he's covering? Isn't that what Josh McDaniels, the one coaching point for Cam Newton tonight, never throw to the guy that Ramsey's covering?
It could be, yes. If it's man-to-man and they see that, you're right. That's probably going to be a matchup they don't mess with. Maybe. You might, Mike, I think your thought's right there. I'm going to switch that. I'm going to go to Stephon Gilmore. I like that thought. I think you're exactly right. And
I mean, whether it's man, whether it's zone, wherever Ramsey is, come out of the
avoid
huddle.
him.
First look for Aaron Donald, then look for Jalen Ramsey, and make sure you never throw to wherever Jalen Ramsey is.
I guess where I just went with Ramsey a little at first is I just feel like I just don't think the Patriots are going to be able to run the ball. Like at some point there's going to be, we got to make a few throws or a few plays. I just think the Rams' defense is too good to be just blown out of the water in the run game, and that's why I kind of said the Ramsey thing. But your point is real, and I think they will be careful of him, and who knows if they throw the ball enough anyway. So because of everything you just said, you swayed me. I'm going to go with Gilmore. If there's interceptions, Gilmore's going to get it.
All right. I'll agree with you as well. I
agreed with you. You said it first. Yeah.
I'll agree with you. You agree with me. I'll agree with you. We agree with each other. My point is there's a chance neither guy has an interception.
No,
I was thinking about just saying that it's going to be zero.
Yes.
But we'll see. I'm excited for this game tonight.
I am too.
That new stadium hasn't been showcased the way that maybe it could or should be. It does stink that fans aren't there. Hopefully by next year that will be different. But to see the Patriots and the Rams on the field again, even though the Rams have different uniforms, there's going to be something special about it. I love these Super Bowl rematches, and every year you get a few of them. We're going to get one tonight, and it should be fun to watch.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.